Ask the Experts is sponsored by the Rivlin Group.
We're officially launching a new version of our Ask the Expert series, this time focusing on real estate. And joining us now with more is our sponsor, Alex Rivlin, with the Rivlin Group at eXp Realty. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, we want to start off with a viewer question. And we had someone ask, should I wait to buy a home? I heard the market might crash. So, Alex, what should they do?
You know, I hear that a lot. And I read a lot of articles. I keep up on the trends of what's happening. And ultimately, I see trends that are saying that the market is going to correct, not crash. But I also see trends that say we're fairly stable because we have a lot of people moving to Vegas still, and frankly, not enough homes to actually cover all of their heads. And we even see some reports that say that the market is going to increase. So, you know, it really depends on a number of factors when it comes to if an individual should buy or not.
So basically, you should get your own individual situation assessed in order to decide if it's time for you or not, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people are here for a short period of time. Some people want to move into a house and build a family there. So all of those things are going to be factors as to whether they should buy or not.
All right, let's ask you this. Do you think that the market is the time for people to get the best deal right now? Because of course, people are always looking for a deal, and we've seen that some prices have started to kind of drop or level off.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to that, if we just reverse time by about 8 months, we saw that people were having to bid over. A lot of people that couldn't afford to bid over weren't able to get a house at all. And those that were bidding over, it was $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in many cases. And that was just a wild market. Now we're back to what we consider a much more normal market, and it's favoring the buyers and sellers equally. Sellers can put their house up, can still get a great amount of money for their house, and the buyers have some negotiating power. They can buy the house for slightly under list price and maybe even get some seller concessions where the seller helps pay for some of their closing costs. So now people that were out of the market before can get back in.
Oh, wow. So that's a big change, right? Because previously the buyer had to pretty much do everything.
Absolutely.
Huh. So that said, should people look into buying now?
Yeah, well, once again, it really comes back to their specific conditions. If somebody came to me right now and said that they were coming here temporarily, but they've always been a homeowner and they're planning on owning a home for 1 to 2 years, that may not be enough time for them to build up that equity to sell it and come out ahead. However, if somebody's looking at 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, even if the predictions from some of the people are correct and it does actually correct and the prices go down a little bit, well, that's going to be a matter of time and on paper. So it really comes down to what is your affordability on a monthly payment, and also what would the comparable rent be? If you're going to pay the same for rent as you're going to pay for a mortgage,
yeah,
and you're going to be there for a long time, well, if it does go down by say $30,000 or $50,000 or even $100,000, it may look daunting. However, your payment stays the same and you wait that out. I went through the crash in my particular home that I still live in today, and I have a lot of equity in it now when it was technically underwater at the point of the
Well, congratulations to you. All right.
Thank you.
Long and steady runs the race. If you have any questions out there, you can send them to asktheexperts@news3lv.com, and your question just may appear right here on air.